Alright, sorry guys. Technical difficulties, ran out of storage, blah blah blah. Alright, back to where we were, hugging ourselves. So, if you want to do a little rocking, if you want to take the arms reverse, maybe you had the right arm on top and you want the left arm on top this time. For me, I had the right arm underneath. So now I'm doing the right arm on top. This is very self-soothing. If you are ever having an anxiety attack or a meltdown, you can just do this. Maybe in the privacy of your own car or home or office. All right, and then we're going to take a nice deep breath once again. Beautiful. And now we're going to get into some movement. So maybe you want to find a tabletop position here with the hands stacked under the shoulders, fingers nice and wide, knees stacked under those hips. We're going to warm up with some cat-cows here. Inhale, dropping the belly, feeling the sit bones widen, opening the chest, looking up and out. And then we're going to curl the spine, exhaling, lifting the spine high into the ceiling or the sky. Exhaling, inhaling cow, just moving at the pace of your own breath, right? Warming up our spine, getting the cerebral fluid flowing. Getting out of our heads and into our bodies here. Into our bodies, feeling into them, into our lovely bodies. All right, and then once you've done some cat-cows, we can do some side stretches. You can make this your own, coloring outside of the lines. You can even pause the video to do more cat-cows if you please. From here, we are going to find our first downward dog. So I'm going to tuck in my shirt here and tuck those toes behind you. Lift those knees and hips high into the sky, the ceiling, pressing through the feet and the hands, letting the shoulders roll down the back. If the heels don't touch today, that's okay. Being gentle, loving, and kind with our body. Maybe we want to walk out our dog, pedaling the heels to the floor, shifting our weight, breathing into each armpit. Very nice. And from here, we can walk or hop these feet to the hands. Forward fold. From our forward fold, we're just going to let those arms hang, the head hang, relaxing at the neck, relaxing those vertebrae. You can even give them a little massage gently. Making sure to take nice, full, deep breaths, never holding our breath in yoga. That's most important. We never want to feel any pain. We never want to hold our breath. We're going to inhale halfway up. Nice, gentle bend in those knees. Strong, straight back, straight spine. Hands on the knees or shins as we're looking straight down. And then we're going to exhale, forward fold once again. Hands into the mat this time as we step those feet out to a plank. Holding our plank, feeling empowered, feeling the strength in our arms here. Making sure to breathe. One more deep breath if you can. Listening to your body if not. And we're going to drop those knees. From here, we're going to push up or just gently let the chest and chin fall to the mat. Inhaling up to cobra or up dog. This is my up dog. Cobra kind of looks like this. And then we're going to exhale down all the way. If it feels good to lie flat on the mat, maybe here in Sphinx pose. Or just lying with the whole body on the mat, right? This feels very grounded for the body to just melt into the floor, into the mat. We can take a breath here. And then we're going to take a child's pose. We're going to peel up. Keep those elbows close to the body when peeling up. If we let them flap out, we risk the we risk giving ourselves a shoulder injury. So we really want to keep those elbows in as we come down or up. Inhaling table here, we're going to take a nice gentle child's pose. So if you have any lower back pain, I recommend keeping those knees together here. But if we want to get a nice hip stretch for our child's pose, we could do the knees to the long edges of the mat, kind of spread with the big toes back there together, touching. Easing the hips back to sit onto the feet, seat to the feet, as I say, and then relaxing the heart down, having the arms outstretched in front of us, or maybe you like the arms back behind you. And just really embellishing in your child's pose, breathing those nice, full, deep breaths. Child's pose is a great one for the root chakra, for us to feel more secure, stable, and grounded. We're going to inhale up when you're ready at your own pace. Back into our downward dog. Tucking those toes, lifting those hips high. Once again, walking or hopping those feet to the hands, forward fold. We're actually going to swan dive all the way up, so bend those knees generously, taking all of that good energy around us. Sorry you cannot see me. I will just come down. And still standing, if you are, we're just going to exhale those hands to heart. And if you are standing with the hands at heart, we are going to take this down into a yogi squat. So if standing, widening the legs, pointing the toes outward, and we're just going to squat on down into our yogi squat. So the hands are pressed together in parents' hands, and we are separating the knees with the elbows while the knees are pressing the elbows and hands together. Yoking the two. If you did not know, yoga is the Sanskrit word for yoke, to yoke the breath and mind, to yoke our breath with our movement. This is a really good pose for digestion, fertility. One more deep breath here. Making sure we're not hanging out in the hips too much. We're going to let our hands guide ourselves slowly down to the floor. And we're going to do a nice seated forward fold. With the legs out in front of us, feeling that seat nice and grounded into the mat. We're going to inhale those arms up. Reaching, getting nice extension in that spine, and then exhale, slowly extending and folding in on ourselves. So wherever your limit is, making sure not to press too far past your limit. We don't want to feel any pain or pull any muscles, right? So easing back so that we feel a little discomfort but no pain. Breathing into those tense muscles. Releasing the tension, releasing any of that stickiness with each deep breath. In our seated forward fold, you may let the head hang. It might feel a little discomforting, but it's a really good stretch to get into those vertebrae in the back of the neck. Letting our head hang, fully folding in on ourselves. We may feel a lot of love here. Feeling the love we have for our mind, body, spirit. Feeling into just sitting with ourselves. Being with ourselves. Breathing. Spending time with just our bodies. Maybe taking 2 more deep breaths here. And then with our inhale helps float us up, but we'll also tent those fingers around us to help guide and walk ourselves up to center, allowing the energies to integrate here before we're moving. I just like to feel that pause. Beautiful. And then we are going to roll onto our backs for a little comforting back massage. As we bring the knees into the chest, we can kind of feel the lower back being rubbed and massaged by the mat. Rolling those knees around in a circle, making sure to go the opposite way. We could do one knee at a time. It may feel good to take the feet into the air, wiggle those feet. Maybe we want to bicycle. It's good for the knees. We can do it backwards. Legs up the wall is just really good for our blood flow and our lower back. So just letting those feet hang out up there. I like to let my legs sway side to side. This feels really good on my lower back and that lumbar spine. And then we're going to let those feet fall. The feet are going to walk up close to the glutes, and we're going to press the pelvis high into the sky for bridge pose. If it feels good to tuck the hands under the mat or under our pelvis, and interlacing those hands underneath us. We can really feel as we press the shoulder blades and our shoulders down, getting a nice little massage in our shoulders, since we tend to carry the weight of the world on them and it feels so heavy sometimes. So here we are, just letting gravity and our bodies do the work for us. And then releasing those clasped hands if you have them underneath us. And we're going to slowly, inch by inch, don't just drop that booty down. We're going to slowly let the pelvis fall. Feeling each vertebrae touch the mat. Nice. And then we're going to scoot up. I'm going to scoot up. We're going to extend those legs so that we can just lie the whole body on the mat. And we're going to take some nice spinal twists. We're going to bring that left knee into the chest, give it a little hug, maybe sway it side to side. And then we're going to take the left knee all the way across the body to the right, extending through that left arm. Maybe you want the arm straight out. Maybe you like it cactus. But we're just breathing, feeling both shoulder blades still rooted in the mat. We don't want to pull our whole left side up off the mat here. We're still rooted, still grounded. But we're just getting a nice twist. And in this twist, we are able to detox the body of any toxins, any residual energy. Taking 2 nice deep breaths here. Beautiful. And then inhale helps us float back to center. We gently guide that left knee back to meet the right. Letting both legs extend. Might feel a slight difference here in the body. Noticing one side feels different from the other. And we're grabbing that right knee this time. Giving it a little hug into the chest. Maybe swaying it side to side. And just like the other side, right knee comes across the body, goes to the left of us, keeping that right shoulder blade planted, keeping both shoulders planted. We're extending that right arm, looking over at that right arm. Maybe it's cactus, maybe it's extending. Remembering to breathe those nice full deep breaths. Again, we're detoxing. We're doing so much good and magic for our body. Just when we breathe, we are feeling so much better with each deep breath as we oxygenate the body. And with your inhale, we float back to center. At this point, you could lay in your corpse pose and just let the energies go where they need to go, healing whatever needs to be healed. Maybe it feels nice to cover up with a little blankie for your shavasana, for your yogic sleep. Now, we're not going to sleep, but we are just meditating, as you could say. Making any adjustments you need to lie comfortably in your corpse pose. Remembering to breathe those nice deep breaths, feeling the chest rise, feeling the chest fall. Wiggling your toes and fingers, coming back to your body, making any physical adjustments or movements. Maybe it feels really good to stretch in both directions. And it feels really good to roll onto whatever side feels good to you in this moment. Giving that heart a break, falling into the fetal position. We represent rebirth. Remembering that we play with the clay. We create whatever reality we seek. And we choose. Before sitting, moving gently to sit up, taking a moment to just feel so grateful to be alive, to be no one but you. And taking a nice deep breath, we will use very little to no energy to press ourselves up to a comfy seat. Thank you for staying with me if you are still watching this. You're a real one. I'm just kidding. So, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you, me. Thank you, you. We'll end this practice with a namaste. If you'd like to take a nice deep breath with me. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. I hope you have a beautiful day.